Welcome back to The Grind for a brief guide on the September objectives. Now, it is not 100% clear on how the objectives are going to work this month, but we do have objectives that were released with week 1, and they are basically you have to either use one of these champions of each rarity or kill a champion of that rarity. And the champions include Bishop, Iceman, Storm, or Kitty Pryde. So during the event quests, you will be completing some of these objectives. Now, if you have the 6-star version of either of these champions, you can simply put that champion on your questing team and auto-fight low-level content. And each time you win a fight with that champion, you will be ticking off these objectives. So if you have a 6-star version of either of these, that will make this very easy. If you do not, then it's going to be a little bit more challenging to get the 6-star objectives completed, but not impossible. Now, for example, if you are clearing Uncollected and Cavalier difficulties, you will get several of these fights done by that way, but it won't get you all of the objectives. Now, another thing to consider is that you have a long time to complete all of these objectives. We still have 60 days to do them all. It's not exactly clear if you will have to complete these ones before completing the subsequent ones, and I am assuming that each week we're going to get new objectives. And part of that assumption comes from in one of their posts, we got a little bit of a preview to October, and in October it says there will be objectives that will have required you to complete week 5 objectives from September. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the same for all of them, if you have to complete the week before in order to unlock the subsequent week or not. For the following ones, I'll make updated videos as well if it may be useful for some players. And the rewards are not overly impressive, especially for the lower tier difficulties, but free stuff adds up with time. And as I said, I don't yet know if you have to do the lower tier ones in order to unlock the subsequent lower tier ones. And the further we get into the month, I am hoping that the rewards are going to get better and better. So how can you do these objectives? Now, again, I don't recommend spending your day trying to grind out all these objectives because, like I said, you've got 2 months to do them, and they are going to get done over time, whether it's through questing, through incursions, or even through arena. So you're likely to get some of these done just throughout the weeks that you're playing because you're going to come across these champions one way or another. Now, in arena, you can select the fights that you see these champions showing. So there are going to be some times where that's going to happen, but it might not happen all the time. So what else can you do to get this done? Well, for this month only, we have access to a side quest that gives access to an Iceman of all different rarities depending on the difficulty that you go. Now, for the hardest difficulty with the 6-star, you might not necessarily want to put in the time and effort to do it because the fights are a little challenging. You do have to go through Human Torch first, but then you do have access to a 6-star version of Iceman, and this map costs 0 energy. So you can do this without having to spend any energy and get your objectives done. But it only is going to be open for this month because then that quest expires. What might be more useful, because the fights are easier, is the lower difficulty ones. If you enter the second hardest difficulty, you'll see there is a 5-star version of Iceman. But a lot of players you're going to start getting to that point with the 5 stars that you probably own at least one of those champions as a 5-star. So you can just auto fight lower tier event quests or whatever it may be with that champion. And another thing you could do is you could throw in the 4 qualifying champions as 4 stars and auto fight the 3-star map so that you can knock off 2 objectives at the same time. Or you can throw in your 5 stars and auto fight this 4-star map. And again, it's 0 energy, so that takes off a burden of spending your resources to get those objectives done. Another place you can go to get cheaper Iceman is in the event quest. If you go into Cavalier difficulty with this chapter 2 quest number 1 and you enter the quest, you'll see an Iceman right near the start. It takes 4 energy, because it's 2 energy per tile to get to this Iceman. It's a pretty straightforward fight, especially if you're using a Mystic Attacker and utilizing the nodes there. So you can get your 6-star objectives done with a low energy cost if you don't want to use that 0 energy side quest option because of the more challenging fight and the extra fight that you have to go through in order to get it. You'll also pick up another one of these in the uncollected difficulty, but it's a bit further down the quest, so you might not want to rely on that option because not all event quest difficulties have the champions in the same order, and I think it's about 10 to 12 energy to get that one. So that basically covers the event quests. You'll get, going through the lower difficulties, you'll get some 3 stars and some 4 stars of those champions done as well. And if not, hopefully you have at least a 3 and 4 star of one of those champions that you can use to get those objectives done. And again, you can put your 4 star into the lower event quest difficulties and auto fight through paths with them. They should be able to get you through a whole path in the very low difficulties. So that's pretty much it for this video. If there's more information that comes out with subsequent weeks, then I'll make updated guides as well. I hope that this video is helpful. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.